It would be interesting to know if that security guard chased that young man down more than 25 feet. The law in Minnesota states that you have to be 25 feet from an entrance and you shouldn't smoke. So then, if children, are in the vicinity of the doorway, they're not getting smoke blown in his face. But I just watched that young security guard walk aggressively, approach that young man outside. I don't know where he went. He disappeared, that security guard. Maybe he don't want to be on camera. Because sometimes I think that people like that, ICE might want to interact with, they could be considered a terrorist. Now, we've discussed smoking laws on this property. It says nothing about smoking at this entrance. When I get off the bus, I walk in and I smoke. When I get off that way, at that bus stop coming in, it says do not smoke on the property. Now, I don't know what the property is, but it's federally protected. So I always decided that they had a discriminatory policy that wasn't consistent. Because if you can get off down here and there's no smoking signs except for don't smoke in the facility, which I assume to be the building, because we don't have smoking in restaurants, bars, parks, other places here in the state of Minnesota because it affects people's right to breathe fresh air, right? If you're in someone's personal space, you might have to breathe their smoke. If you're within 3 to 6 feet, you might have to have their breath blown in your face where a mask is needed. Did you have a mask? Did the hospital provide a mask for you? Did you buy it out your medical? Did they reimburse you at the end of the tax season for the mask that you bought? When you went to Rainbow, Rue 21, Target, Walmart, because Kmart was gone, did you buy a mask that matched your shirt? The girls were buying masks that matched their shirt. They offered me one, but I didn't want one. Because I thought it became a fad, a fashion, when it was life-threatening that you have to have a mask at first. And then they made shirts that had masks to match. And they didn't vary in cloth. They weren't medically approved. They were just a fad, like showing your ass. When I was growing up, a plumber showed his ass, but then they said it was a jail thing, showing your ass. But either way, these two groups of people showed their ass. I'm just saying, you assigned a plumber as a prison, person, and you assigned a person that got out of prison as a plumber. Not all people that get out of prison are plumbers, right? But they showed their ass in prison because they sagged. They said, don't show your ass, right? Don't sag, because that's what they showed black people in prison, and then it was like a gay thing. I don't know. You gotta listen to folklore. Your mama tell you folklore? Where'd that security guard go? He wanna talk to me? Did he run up on that young man in that gray jacket? Where'd that little motherfucker with them dreads go? He disappeared, didn't he? He like the militia and shit in the bushes. He didn't want to talk to me. I don't know, but I don't see that young man that was smoking or that security guard that ran up on him. He disappeared like a jungle bunny. White people don't disappear, do they? They be standing their ground like a motherfucker. We ain't running no motherfucker where. And shit, in fact, they'll shoot you. They ain't going nowhere. Call the police. We getting out of jail, bitch. That's Americans. You American? I ain't running, bitch. Where the fuck you go? My mama said don't run. Is that like stand your ground if you don't run? That's American code. We speak the same language.